This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today I want to talk about the cluster that was the Hasbro after San Diego Comic-Con sale. So first up, honorable mention on this one is, what is the deal with these Marvel Legends series toys? Alright, so apparently they're all supposed to be deluxe versions of them, I guess, but you know, they're still charging $40, and they come with a Magic the Gathering card. Like, Hasbro owns Magic the Gathering still, as far as I know. So why exactly are they charging an extra 15 bucks to give us a card? Okay, I admit I don't really know what the usual deluxe price is for Marvel Legends, because I don't really buy them very often. Much like with the DC Multiverse ones from McFarlane, I just buy ones I'm interested in. And frankly, I haven't been that interested in most of these in a while. That being said, let's talk about some of the stuff real quick. We had the glow-in-the-dark Real Ghostbusters set. This is, of course, a reissue of figures from back in the 80s. Although this set does not come with the Lewis Tully one. This is like one of the only items that I was able to originally get easily on Friday when the sales started. And it didn't even go up for sale right away, I don't think, when I was trying to do it. Because I didn't see it until after I tried to get the Savage Land one. That being said, it's kind of too bad that they didn't add Lewis, and since they do have a Janine in a standard Ghostbusters uniform from one of the previous waves, it's too bad they didn't create one for her too, and given us all 6 of those characters. But again, this one was relatively easy to get. It was in stock for, I think, almost all of Friday, and I think I saw it on Saturday too. The Marvel Legends series Gamerverse Marvel Snap Savage Land 3-pack. Yes, sir, this is one of those ones that was a total cluster try for. So we have Sauron, Rogue, and Shanna the She-Devil. And yeah, most people probably want this actually for the Savage Land Rogue. I wanted it for both the Rogue and the Shanna because I am a fan of her as well. Although I'm more familiar with her in cartoons than with comic books again. Sauron I don't really care about, and I believe he is just a redeco, slightly redeco of the previous Collecting Connect version that they did. What I wanted to point out here is, I don't know if anybody else had this problem, but this was the issue I had. This one and the G.I. Joe Classified series Dreadnok pack were ones that I was watching the countdown timer for. And according to the timer, this one was, of course, releasing Friday. And on the G.I. Joe Classified one for me, it said it was releasing on Saturday. And that's with me refreshing the timers every so often to make sure everything is still running properly. I even rebooted my computer at one point for another reason while I was trying to edit videos. And everything was fine and dandy. Now this one, like I said, I was concentrating on this on Friday because I thought the Dreadnoks were the next day. Put it in my cart, went to check out. It failed at the end. A lot of people had the same problem where it just, the site went down or the processing went down and didn't work. So then I went to try again. This is when I saw the Ghostbusters thing was available. And when I tried to check out a second time, it wouldn't even let me log in. Like it had booted me out because of the server problem. So I ended up going to the Hasbro Pulse app, added the Ghostbusters, added the Sauron thing on there. Noted that the Dreadnought one still in the app for me said that it was coming soon. Checked out. And of course I had no idea if it worked because I got an error message again and had no way of checking to see if the order went through. So at that point I said screw it. So then I went ahead and I went to double check on the Dreadnought pack. See, try to get the exact time for the next day because it's just easier that way. Looked at it, refreshed the screen, and it told me that it was already sold out and that there was no time left on the timer. So I was kind of livid. And I didn't get it. I did leave a community post talking about this a little bit. So if you saw it, you know I made the comment about I'm mad because of the timer being wrong. If I had not gotten it because of the checkout issues or something, well, those would have ticked me off too. But it wouldn't be the first time that I've gone to checkout and had something removed from my cart and couldn't get it, right? So that wouldn't have ticked me off so much. It's the fact that my timer had been wrong, and I don't even understand how that happens that way. And I don't think anybody else has said anything about the timer, so this, I don't know why it's me. Maybe it's because I don't use one of the standard browsers, I guess. But that being said, of course, you'll note that, and I'm going to hit the refresh just to do this again real quick. The Dreadnok pack is in stock. And you, or not in stock, but you can pre-order it. I haven't seen anything from them, although I don't use Instagram very often. I found Instagram to be super toxic overall, so I don't use it as much as I used to. Like, I think I signed in once in the last 6 months or so. So if they've posted on there saying that you can now pre-order this like they did with the Serpentor and the Mindbender and get one that will be released in like 6 months to a year, I haven't heard. But now I have in fact ordered the Cold Slither pack, so I don't know if it's one that I'm going to get right away or if it's something I'm waiting on forever. This is one of those things where like they miscounted what was left after San Diego Comic-Con, and that's why it's available to get. Either way, you can still get it. So I got it. That being said, we go back to what I was posting about. I had mentioned that, you know, this is the sort of thing that would make me be like, all right, fine. If I couldn't get that pack because of that issue, then I don't care about the Snowcat. And I could just go ahead and cancel. And then I later posted, I canceled the Snowcat order. Yes, I am that petty. And I did in fact cancel my Snowcat order. However, since I have been able to order this again, and I will probably redo my Snowcat order, although I am going to wait a little bit longer, see how far it goes. I'm sure it will unlock. I just don't think we're going to hit any of the tiers at this point. That being said, I just wanted to talk about this and see what other problems people had, because this was a total mess. And by the time I got done, I ended up getting 2 of the Savage Line packs ordered, because apparently, even though I had problems processing, the order still went through. So I got 2 of that and 1 of the Ghostbusters. And now I've got 1 of Cold Slither after the fact. But it does seem like all of these items were jumping on here, available to order on and off throughout the entire weekend. So let me know what you guys think about this whole problem, and if you had issues trying to order this crap, and what your problems were if they were different from mine. And please, and if you think Hasbro created a total cluster again, hit that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense, please feel free to subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.